Chapter 34. Su Fengnian woke up early in the morning. Even with his eyes closed, he could feel the comfort of the brocade bedding. This made him very content. He had never starved or suffered from a cold before, so it was very difficult for him to understand the bliss of having a full and warm stomach. Hunger cures all diseases. No matter how sincere his parents' persuasion was, it was impossible for them to express this feeling. Back at the Yellow Crane Tower, Su Fengnian told Li Hanlin and Yan Qiji about their 3 years of travels. The two childhood friends were only curious about the anecdotes of Jianghu and the Wulin world, and had no feelings about the cold and hunger. Therefore, Su Fengnian, whose hands and feet were still full of calluses, was very glad that he was able to return to Liangzhou alive. He had just sat up when Sweet Potato, the housekeeper who lived on the small couch next door, came in to help him put on his clothes and hat. Su Fengnian did not refuse. As Sweet Potato's slender hands moved, she softly reminded him that there was an extra secret letter on the table. Su Fengnian grunted. Within the aristocratic families, overstepping the rules was a big taboo. No matter how favored a maid or concubine was, they would not dare to be careless. Su Fengnian got out of bed and rinsed his mouth and face before gently opening the letter. This kind of thing was not common. Wutong Garden was not a place that anyone could enter. There was a small seal character written on the outside of the envelope. Een. Su Fengnian was not surprised by this. It was an open secret that his father had the 10 death warriors of the earthly branch by his side. Each of them was like a demon that could not see the light of day. They were skilled in the art of divination. They walked the unorthodox path and killed people without leaving a trace. Su Fengnian realized that this letter was similar to an itinerary introduction. The words were straightforward and recorded Old Huang's trip to the Eastern Sea in detail. When Su Fengnian saw that Old Huang had entered the Martial Emperor city's territory, which was under the jurisdiction of the Eastern Lin dynasty's stone platform and the vast sea. Because of Een, Su Fengnian added some secret news that didn't belong to Old Huang. For example, a few of the world's famous swordsmen had already entered the Martial Emperor city. Other than the head of the Yu Wang sword pool, 2 of the Wu clan's sword tomb, who rarely entered the world, had left the mountain and entered the Eastern Sea. They were looking forward to the peak battle on the city wall. The next article even mentioned that the renowned first-rank expert, Chao Guanzi, had rented an entire sea-viewing pavilion in the Martial Emperor city. Even though Su Fengnian did not personally experience it, he could clearly feel the suffocating feeling of dark clouds pressing down on the city. The second-to-last chapter described how Old Huang rested for a moment at a wine shop not far from the main city tower. He ordered 2 taels of wine, half a caddy of meat, and a plate of peanuts. This Old Huang was still a good person who was neither warm nor angry. Only the last chapter of the Een spy record was left. Su Fengnian was not in a hurry to continue reading, but he remembered many things that had happened in the past 3 years. The biggest was encountering bandits and robbers, but the smaller ones were innumerable. They were nothing more than refugees trying to solve the problem of food and clothing, swindling and stealing. They used all the tricks they could think of, but it was a pity that not only did they not gain anything, they also had to be chased and beaten. From the beginning, they would try to strike up a conversation with a pretty lady. In the end, they would take a detour when they saw a pretty lady. From being picky, they would say that the meat was not exquisite enough, and the wine was not mellow enough. In the end, they would thank the heavens if they had a mouthful of hot tea that tasted a little meaty. It was a world of difference. He had borrowed 2 tattered Taoist robes and pretended to be a poor alchemist, telling people's fortunes. In the alley, he had played the 19 Go games that had not yet been spread among the common folk. In the end, he did not make much money. Instead, he lost a few copper coins to a few villains who were good at wooden Go. He sold calligraphy and paintings, and also helped the villagers write letters to their families. It was rare to have the good luck of not being chased and beaten by the villagers for stealing chickens and dogs. Eldest young master. These are cucumbers stolen from the vegetable garden near the village. They can be eaten raw. Ba ba ba, can this thing be eaten? His Royal Highness, covered in dust, sat on a small mound and threw the cucumber that he had bitten into far away. After waiting for the time it takes to burn an incense stick, His Royal Highness weakly waved at Old Huang, who was squatting beside him and chewing on the cucumber. Sigh, Old Huang, help me pick up that cucumber. I really don't have the strength to get up. Young master, this is corn on the cob. It's better to roast it than to eat raw cucumbers. Cut the crap and eat. Old Huang, what did you dig out from the ground? Sweet potatoes. Can it be eaten raw?
Yes.
It's really King crispy and sweet. Eldest young master. Can I say something?
Say it.
It's actually more fragrant when roasted. Damn it! Why didn't you say so earlier? Although stealing this chicken almost cost me my life, it's worth it. It's not inferior to tender yellow muntjac meat at all. It's fragrant. Old Huang, when you first entered the village, why did you keep staring at that slut's butt? Last time, you even stared at a village girl who was breastfeeding her child. What, can you see a baby just by looking at her? You don't dare to touch. You only dare to look. Useless.
Old Huang, I'm not going to die, am I?
If I had known, I wouldn't have touched the box in your bag.
No.
Eldest young master, don't think too much. People are scared by themselves. I like to think positively. Young master, think more about good wine, good meat, and that pretty lady. The more you think about it, the more you'll pass this hurdle. The more you think about it, the more you want to die. Don't. Eldest young master still owes me a few pots of rice wine. Once a man says something, even 4 oxen, 5 donkeys, and 6 horses won't be able to pull him back. In our hometown, even a loud fart can make a hole. Old Huang, it's really not funny at all. Then I'll change the joke for eldest young master?